got our attention. Good evening, everyone. We're about to start the special called meeting of January the 7th that will be followed immediately by our study session. Before we do, I'm going to stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our country's flag, and anyone who would like to join me, please feel free to do so. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll get started with the one item that's on the agenda for the special call meeting, and it's discussion and interaction regarding bids for TE21 benchmark assessment. Dr. Phillips, I believe you'll get us started on that.
This is an assessment that we're going to give this year. We were planning, Scott and I were planning to put this in the cycle for next year. Several school districts across the state that Scott's visited with give this particular assessment. Really, all it is a benchmark assessment tied to the standards that will help us determine if we're on track for TN Ready. So we were going to do it next year. We thought, hey, if we can do it this year, let's go ahead and do one this year. If it correlates like we think it will pretty highly, when scores come back in June from TN Ready, then we will turn around and probably do it twice next year, once in the fall, once in the spring. So that's really what it is. And this is something that I talked to principals about quite a bit when I was out visiting between November and December. And I think they're all excited about this happening.
Do I have a motion?
Approved, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Approved by Mr. Wise, second by Mr. Daniels. Is any discussion? Ms. Andrews.
Will this be taking the place of any of the assessments that we are doing, or is this going to be just solely, I mean, I know this year's probably off, but as far as going towards next year?
Yeah, I think that, we always want to try to get the minimum amount of assessments that we can to maximize instruction time. I think this will go a long way towards helping that because Wilson County uses it, Hamilton County, they find it very much aligned with TN Ready, and so basically you give it and it gives you a pretty good snapshot of where you are with a lot of really usable data. It'll give us a snapshot this year. One of the benefits is for like fifth grade parents, it'll not only give you a projection on where you would be on TN Ready, but it'll give you an actual projection of numerical grade for where you would be in a class. So I think it'll be really helpful for parents of fifth graders on standard spaced report card going into sixth grade. So it'll give us a lot of really usable data. And I think like when we get that back, as Dr. Phillips mentioned, and can see how it aligns and everything, then we'll be able to make some determinations because ultimately, we've tried each year to winnow down the amount of assessments that we're giving our kids during the school year.
Okay, and then I just have a comment to make as well. Obviously, when I saw this on here and saw assessment, just with the discussion of assessments and so forth, kind of, not want to say necessarily red flags, but kind of red flags like, hey, okay, let me look into this. It's something that Wilson County does. So I reached out to some friends that were there. I also found out that Franklin, Kentucky also does it. I have a friend that is up there, and all of the people that I reached out to said that they do like it, that the information, the data that they receive from this test is useful. And so I'm excited about, I don't know if I should ever say I'm excited about an assessment, but I'm happy to see that we've got something that is going to be useful for our teachers and so forth. So thank you for the work that you've done on that.
Thank you, Ms. Andrews. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. That ends our special call meeting. That is adjourned.